This is where I would normally stick the intro, but I don't currently have access to the video files for that, so we're improvising. I don't remember how the theme song goes. Welcome back to the channel if you've been here before, and hello if you're new. So if you are new, I am very sorry that this is the first video that you're seeing. It will be a bit of a chaotic mess. Chaotic and messy has sort of been the general vibe around here for the last few weeks, and I'm sick of fighting it, so I've just decided to embrace it. Another thing I need to apologise for before we get started is the poor audio quality. I'm having to use the onboard mic from my phone to record this because I don't know where my microphone is, for reasons that I will get into in a moment. What I've done is I've just thrown some blankets around to try and dampen the echo a little bit, but I don't think it's going to help very much. So I do apologise for that. I hope it's not too awful to listen to. What I thought I would do today is just sit down with you guys, have a little bit of a chat, update you on some things that are happening, maybe vent a little bit because I'm in a venting mood, and while we do that, I'll be going through my yarn stash. Hopefully I'll be able to get your input on some of it because there are several skeins that I would like to use up, but I don't know what projects to use them for. So hit me up with your suggestions in the comments. Although I may not be able to get to them for a little while, I will appreciate them nonetheless. My whole yarn stash is currently sitting over here in one haphazard pile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all that and bring it over here. And while I'm doing that, my voiceover will fill you in on what's been happening the last few weeks, how it has impacted the channel, and how it's going to continue to impact the channel probably for the next few weeks or so. Alright, I need to grab all of this. A couple of weeks ago, I think it's only been a couple of weeks, honestly at this point it feels like it's been 3 years, I created a community post explaining that I'd been having internet issues. Little did I know that that was only the beginning of the shit show. I won't bore you with all the details, but basically those internet issues are still ongoing. As this was all unfolding, we discovered a problem with one of the walls in our house. Well, at first we thought it was just the one, but it turns out the problem is actually between the walls, and by extension that affects 2 rooms. Those rooms just happen to be my room. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you might recognize the blue wall that I film intros in front of sometimes. That's my room, and that was also the wall that was affected. And the other wall that was affected was the room next to mine, which just so happened to be our office / my recording space. We've had to remove pretty much everything from both of those rooms, so all the furniture and stuff, my crochet materials and supplies, my PC, my recording setup, all of that is currently scattered throughout my house. I swear there's so much stuff everywhere that it looks like the home from a hoarder from one of those horribly exploitative reality shows. But we're slowly making progress cleaning and organising, which is good. It's just taking a little while. On top of those 2 things, it's looking pretty likely that I'm going to need surgery soon. Nothing major, it's just a day procedure kind of thing, or it should be. But still, the recovery time is a couple of weeks, and I'm going to be limited in the things I can do during that period. So that was probably going to rule out video creation for a while anyway. There's some other things that have occurred, but seeing as they don't directly affect the channel, I'm just going to go ahead and skip over those. Given all the current circumstances, it therefore may be a while before you see any more videos from me. I honestly don't know how I'm going to get this one out. My plan at this point is to try and edit it on my tablet, then I'll give the file to my sister, who actually has functioning internet at her house, and she can upload that for me. So if you are actually seeing this video, my plan either worked or my internet was miraculously fixed. I hope it's the second one, but I have a feeling it's going to be the first. There's still more bags, but there's no way I'm fitting them all in here. So I hope you'll all be patient with me. I have so many patterns and projects I want to get out. I was in the middle of literally 6 different projects as everything went down, so they're on hold at the moment, but I want to get back to those as soon as I possibly can. Speaking of works in progress, this is going to mean that the Pokemon blanket is going to be delayed for a few weeks as well. I do have 6 or 7 Pokemon square patterns finished and ready to go, and I would like to get those uploaded just so I have something that I could release every week until I can get back on schedule. However, there is one teeny tiny problem with that. Those Pokemon patterns are stored on an external hard drive, which has been placed in a safe and secure location. So safe and secure, in fact, that even I don't know where it is. Before we moved everything out of those rooms, I put some of my smaller electronics, my external hard drives, my mic, stuff like that, into a box because I didn't want it to get damaged, and then I put that box aside so it wouldn't be in the way, and now I can't find it. That's the reason why I'm recording using my onboard mic today. I'm not using my little lapel mic I usually use. I'm sure we'll come across the box as we continue cleaning. We've got plenty of that to do. If I do find it, I will, if the internet is working by then, I'll upload them myself. If the internet is not currently working, I will give those to my sister to upload for me. And I will just release those videos weekly in place of my regular patterns until I can get back to making those. If I don't find the external hard drive, which I don't want to think about, because not only are my finished patterns on there, there is several unedited Pokemon squares on there as well. But if I don't find it, I will have to remake those square patterns, which is going to take some extra time. So I'm not giving up on the Pokemon blanket, no way, not at this stage. I want to get that finished, but depending on what happens and how it happens, it may just take a few weeks before we can get started on that again. And I think that was all the important stuff I needed to cover. Obviously, if I don't have the internet, I won't be able to respond to all of your comments and things like that. So please bear with me. If you do need help or you have a question, the best thing to probably do, rather than put it just in the comments, is maybe DM me on Instagram, because sometimes, I don't know if YouTube doesn't notify me, but I don't see all the comments sometimes. But if you do DM my Instagram, when I have internet connection again, I will see that. So if you need help, that is one way you can approach it. But for now, I think that was all I had to cover, so we can get to organising some of this yarn. Okay, now first of all, I think I can eliminate some of these bags because some of these are actually project bags. So like this one is some caterpillars I was working on. There's 2 in there. So I'm going to set that aside because that's a project bag, it's not yarn. And that goes for this one too. This is my amigurumi Steed and Ed, which I need to finish. That goes for most of the projects in these bags. I need to finish it. Okay, these ones here were bags of amigurumi as well. With my big jellyfish. Sugar glider, yeah, it's just a whole heap of amigurumi that used to be on my shelves, but I had to take it down because of the issue with the wall. So there's that. And I think this is amigurumi as well. Yeah, more amigurumi. Alright. Now some of this yarn, I don't even know what it is because a lot of it has been given to me. My mum used to knit, but she had to stop because of issues with her hands, so she gave me a lot of yarn. This, not this, oh. This tub of old yarn was actually given to me by my great aunt. She took some sweaters apart. She said it was about 50 years ago and she's still got the yarn, so I'd like to make something with that, even if just for sentimental reasons. This is all, what do you call that, variegated yarn, variegated colours, not patterns, colours. So that's all in one box at the moment. I'm going to leave it there for now because that's already sorted. The other stuff, I really don't have enough room here. Okay, some of this stuff is actually in project bags. I haven't started the projects, but I've set the yarn aside for the project. I know this is one of those bags, so I'm running out of room to put things. Right. That's not going to stay there. Sorry, Spidey, but you can just sit there for now. These are some of the ones that I wanted your opinions on. because I think my sister gave me these. She found these at a market or something. And they're a bit filthy. But I think she got them for like $1 or something. So I've got different colours, but I've got like 2 of each. I've got 2 of this colour. 2 of these colours. 1 of those, but 2 of these. And I'm not sure what to make with them because I don't usually use this sort of yarn. So what would your suggestions be? I was thinking maybe like an infinity scarf from this colour, but I don't know. I usually make amigurumi, but I want to try branching out a little bit. So let me know what you think, or if you've made projects. What are these? Karen baby cakes. If you've made projects with these, let me know what they were, because I would like to try using these up. Get my yarn stash down a little bit to a more manageable size. Okay, so that can sit over here. You go in there too. Now this chunky yarn, I've been on a crusade to use that up because I don't normally use chunky yarn, but before last Christmas I did buy a lot of it because I made several projects with it, but a couple of projects didn't end up getting made, and one of the projects I altered the pattern I was intending to use, so I used less yarn than I was expecting. So I've had a heap of it left over. I've made a shit ton of goldfish. I've made those chunky caterpillars from the bag before, but I need to find some other things to make with it. So I'm going to keep all the chunky yarns together, and I think this bag is full of chunky yarn, so let's grab that. Okay, that is all chunky yarn, so I'm going to try and keep all of that together. And in this new room that I'm in, because I had to get out of my old one, I actually have a bit more shelf space. I have shelves above me here. You probably can't see them now, but I'll show you in a minute. I have some shelves opposite me, and they're actually a little bit taller than this one up here, which you can't see yet. I also cleaned out one of the drawers under my bed. I had a whole heap of stuffing from old pillows, and I condensed that down into a couple of big bags. So I have a free drawer here. So I'm hoping I'll be able to fit all of my yarn in my room, but we'll see how we go. So chunky yarn, which bag was I using? This one. Chunky yarn together. So I'll keep that here in case I come across more. This was another project bag. I actually think it went with, where did I put it? Oh, up here. I think it went with this, because this was one of those projects that I started working on and then had to stop. So I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but we will get to that hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Okay, this stuff was another thing I wanted your opinions on, because this was some of the yarn that came from my mum. So, well, let's see. And it's sort of all matching. You've got the coloured yarn here, but I've also got blue, a little bit of blue, and some yellow. So what would you make with this yarn? I don't know. Again, I'm trying not to make too much amigurumi, not because I don't like making amigurumi, but just because I want to branch out a little bit. And I'm not sure. But I'll have a pile. I'm going to put a pile over here for miscellaneous yarn that I can't really group with anything else. So we'll stick that there for now. And the little blue one. This, the purple, blue and pink, we'll call that the bi yarn. That was another one that I'm not sure what to make with. It's a really weird yarn. It's almost like, I don't know, roving wool mixed with, I don't know if it's like acrylic or a cotton acrylic mix. It's a bit weird, but it also looks really cool, so I want to do something with this too. And I don't know, maybe because I'm not going to be able to get to my Pride Month patterns this year, maybe I can do something with that because it's bi-colours, but I don't know. Again, leave me your suggestions down in the comments, but for now let's go in the miscellaneous yarn pile over there, as is this brown yarn, which I got from the op shop or the thrift shop if you're American, and maybe elsewhere. I don't know, what do other people call their thrift/op shops? Okay, oh, here's another bit of that coloured yarn, so that's going in the miscellaneous pile. This is just some red yarn, which I obviously got on special from Spotlight, so that can go over there. I might put the rest of my miscellaneous yarn in here for now. So I've got some white, black, some chunky yarn, and I think that's actually matching these ones, so that goes up there for now. There's that looks like it could be scrap, so I've got my scrap yarn. I don't know if you can see it, but all my scrap yarn that I use to make prototypes and things like that before making the nice version of the pattern, I use this yarn, so I'm going to stick that in there. I have purple yarn, which seems to be the same as the red yarn, the same brand, not the same colour, obviously they're different colours. But I've got some purple Heartland yarn, so I'll just put that in there for now. And this is really cool. I like the look of this, but I don't know if I'd enjoy crocheting with it because it's very fluffy. And this is another one I don't know what to do with. So what would you recommend? What would you do with this particular yarn? What is it? Let's have a look. Lion Brand, Homespun, Thick and Quick. Yeah, that's another one going in the miscellaneous pile, and also the I don't know what to make with it pile. It's pretty much the same pile at this point. Okay, so that's miscellaneous yarn over there. I can put some more in that bag. This bag, so there's a few more chunky yarns in here, which I'll put in here. I'm going to sort these out properly on the shelves, but for now I'm just grouping them together. But this is yarn that I bought for a project, but then I didn't end up making the project. So now I've got some, let's be honest, pretty ugly colours of yarn just lying around. So I'm thinking what I'll do with this is, my niece has a stick with wheels on it. It's just a stick with wheels, and she likes it because the wheels light up as you move them. What I was going to do for her is make a horse head to go on the end of the stick, and I might use this yarn to do that, because honestly, like, she's almost 4. That horse is just going to be put through the ringer. It's going to get dirty and disgusting, and I don't really want to use up good yarn on that horse head. So I might make her one using this. I've got this weird pale orangey colour, this also weird tanny cream colour, and I do have some white chunky yarn, but I'd like to hang on to that for a good project. But I think I can definitely make a horse head from this. That's good. Alright, I figured out one project out of about 20, so that's not bad. Okay, over here we've got some more chunky yarn. I've got some blues, grey, and some yellow. Can you even see that? Yep, some yellow. So I'm just going to stick that over here for now. This is a bag. I know why I kept it separate now. This is a bag of just 12 ply yarn because I had to use 12 ply yarn for, I don't even remember what it was now, but it was a project, a specific project I made a couple of years ago, and I needed 12 ply yarn for it, and I haven't used it since. But I'm looking at this, the colours that I've got, and I'm thinking Snorlax. So I might make a Snorlax from this. I said I wanted to try stuff other than amigurumi, but you can't win them all, so I'm going to be making some amigurumi. Let's stick that there. This bag is actually from the Pokemon blanket cowl, so this is like a third of the colours from that. I didn't have enough room to stick them all in one bag, so I'm going to set that aside so I don't get those mixed up with anything else, because I've labelled all the yarns with the like BL08. If you're making the Pokemon blanket cowl, you know what I'm talking about there, but they're all labelled in their correct colour order. And that can go up there. Don't fall off, don't fall off. I think we're right. Okay, this, I'm not sure what this is. Let's have a look. Okay, more miscellaneous yarn. I've no idea where this came from. But leave your suggestions in the comments. What should I make with this? I don't know. Okay, what else have we got in here? We've got this yarn. And what else? Black. I think I had the black one over there too. Okay, so this is going to be another miscellaneous yarn bag. So I've got that. Okay. And that's this part sorted out. I still have some over in my wardrobe there, but that's all in bags, so I don't really need to sort through that because I use that yarn quite frequently and I know what's in there. What I'm going to do now is that I've sorted it into piles. I'm going to start placing it on either the shelves or in the drawer, and I'm going to see how much space that takes up. So I think we'll start off with the shelf above me here because I'm going to keep my most frequently used yarn up there. Okay, let's do that. Fast forward to the bit where I get off the floor. This is probably an incredibly awkward angle, but I had nowhere else to stick my camera. It's already balanced precariously on top of a box, which is on top of my PC tower. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick my frequently used yarn, which is this marble 8-ply. I'm going to stick that all up here and then I'm going to organise it by colour. I also have several skeins of this Spot Saver USA style yarn, which I have been using up. I've been making berets and things like that. So I'm just going to fill up the rest of this shelf space with those. Okay, there's only a few of those, and hopefully I can use those up, and then I'll have more shelf space for my 8-ply yarn. And there we go, complete yarn shelf. I don't like how those colours look on the end, but there's so few of them that that's where they're going to stay for now. Hopefully I'll use them up quickly and I won't have to look at them for long. Next I'm going to tackle this drawer. It's broken so it doesn't fit on the runners properly, but that should be okay. Because before I fill up the other shelf, I'm going to have to move some of the junk off of it. All my stuff sort of all over the place at the moment. So what I'm probably going to do with this drawer is put in the miscellaneous yarn. So some of that, because I want to use that up. For some of it, I know what projects that I'm going to be making, like the horse head, for example. But others, I hope you guys will give me some suggestions because I want to get that used up and just declutter some of my yarn stash. Start storing some of this. And these yarn hiding places aren't necessarily going to be permanent. I just really need to clear them out of my way while I'm, cleaning other stuff and moving around other furniture. So I'll put all my miscellaneous yarn in here for now, but at a later date I might move it around. Hopefully by that time I'll have used some of it up. All these real little pieces that are almost scraps, I think I'm going to keep them in this bag. So I'll put the bag in here, but the biggest skeins I'll leave like they are. So this one can go in there too. What else have I got? There's actually more room in here than I expected. So what I might do is grab some of this yarn and I might store this in here as well because I don't use it very often. This is stuff that I've been given or I got really cheap. So I just bought some thinking I would use it in a project and that hasn't happened yet. Actually, no, I lie. I did use some of this rainbow stuff to make a goldfish, or a rainbow fish, as it turned out. Alright, there's still a little bit of space in here if I want to add anything else later. Well, actually, no, I forgot my scrap bag, so I'm going to zip that up. And that can stay in there. Okay, that's good, nice. I've got some stuff that I can put away in my scrap bag, so I'll grab that. That can go in there. They can all go in there. Now I'm going to try and tackle that shelf up there. I don't know how well filming is going to go with that because there is so much stuff up there. Well, not so much, there's a bit of stuff up there, but I don't really have anywhere else to put it. So I might have to get some of the stuff on this side and just shove it all into the end shelves. And then I might have a couple of spots at least where I can put the yarn. So I might try that. These are also part of one of those projects I was in the middle of working on. Right, I'll start with these two shelves and then I'll see how we go. Lucky I'm so tall. That's all that's going to be going up there for now. On to the next shelf. My brother-in-law got a 3D printer, so I keep getting little gifts. But maybe I shouldn't break them. That's not working. That's not working. Let's just put them down there. Come on, R2. And that's where I'm going to finish up today. I've put away what I can for the moment, but I'm running short on space right now. And also some of the stuff like this older yarn, if you can see it, from my great aunt, and this chunky stuff, so this stuff here, I'm going to actually put that on the very top of the shelf. And because I'm 5 foot nothing, I cannot reach it, and I can't get up on the ladder either because I need to use mobility aids, so I'll have to wait for someone to help me with that. But with the rest, I'm just going to stick it in my wardrobe for now, and once everything else is a bit more organized, then I can do yarn organization the sequel. I don't know if anyone actually wants to see that, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully I can get back into the swing of things soon. I'll get back to making patterns and all the other projects I was working on. Silver lining with everything that's happened, I have wanted to do a few things to improve my setup. I wanted to paint that blue wall, give that a fresh coat of paint, something nice and new. Boo, can you please stay out of the bags? My cats are loving this. There's so many things for them to play with and in. Anyway, but yeah, I wanted to give the wall a fresh coat of paint. I wanted to change up my recording setup so I could have my PC and the desk I record at sort of next to each other. So hopefully I can record straight to my computer rather than using my phone and then transferring the files to my PC, sort of just cut out the middleman. I've also been saving up for better audio and video equipment, and you know, hopefully I can get that happening as well. So even though I may not be able to do anything for a few weeks, I'm going to try and plan for when I do get back to making my regular content that it will be an improved version. Fingers crossed. That's all that I have for you today. Again, thank you for your patience. If I don't answer your comments, it's because I don't have internet access at the moment, and I'll just get to all of those when I have a chance. Have a good day, or night, or afternoon, whatever it is where you are at the moment, and I will be back when I'm back. Bye.